Good evening, brethren. Welcome back to my channel, Bled White. I have some more 2026 favorite releases to talk about. I have 8 in total. The other video that I made this year, I believe it was early May, and I think I had like 12 projects, 12 or 13 on that list. So I have 8 more to talk about. A couple of them, I don't remember the exact day that I made that other video, but at least 2 of these albums dropped before that video, and then I discovered them after that video came out. So that's what I'm talking about. One album from February and another one from April in a video that I'm making on July 8th today. But yeah, it's July 8th today. I turned 28 2 days ago. It's been a pretty good year for music, at least the music that I like. A lot of good rap, a lot of good metal, a lot of metal that metal from bands that I've never heard of that I have discovered this year. And yeah, so 8 projects to talk about. Let's do it. So starting things off, going right into the belly of some ferocious black metal, Coscradh, I believe that's how you pronounce it, Carving the Causeway to the Otherworld. This dropped February 20th. Pretty amazing black metal from Dublin, Ireland. I believe I only know one other extreme metal band from Ireland, and that is Malthusian. But it's this is listed as black death metal on Metalum, but for me this is black metal through and through. It's their second full length. I'm just finding out about these guys this year. It released on 20 Bucks Spin, which is a fantastic extreme metal label. Corpus Awful released their self-titled last year on this label. That was in my top 10 last year. Some of my other favorite death metal bands, Ascended Dead, Fetid, Vastum, are all on this label. It's a sick label. This album is twisted and apocalyptic sounding. 3 out of 4 members do vocals in the band, so pretty wide range of different vocal styles. The main guy also writes the lyrics. A man by the name of Ciaran O. Cryodane? I don't know, these guys have some pretty unique names. Pretty distinct voice on this guy, and a very memorable vocal performance. He just sounds demented. The drum work is fantastic. Production is really good. Every instrument comes through really well, and there's just so much energy and ferocity in this release, and I will definitely be looking out for these guys in the future. Next, I have Reeking Aura on the Promise of the Moon, released on April 17th. This is probably my favorite death metal release of this year so far, alongside Photorum, who released earlier this year. I like this more than Immolation's album, which is a little crazy, but Reeking Aura, this is their second full-length. Profound Lore Records, formed in New York. Only member that I know is the vocalist Big Will Smith, formerly of Artificial Brain, also of Afterbirth, who's a bigger band than Reeking Aura. So these guys are new. They have one previous full length, like I said, this is their second, and I think they might have had an EP as well. But the vocals, I never was huge into this guy's like infamous vocal style, the gurgly like frog thing, but for some reason they just clicked on this record, which it actually just doesn't even make sense that they clicked on this record for me, because I thought that the vocals were kind of mixed a little off and they were too much in the background. But I don't know, this album is sick. The influence from old school Swedish death metal just seeps through on this. like Dismember and Entombed and shit. The riffs are catchy and melodic, but still mixed with some slow, brutal chugs to give it that like modern feel. The track called What Only Worms Witness sold me. What I suppose is the chorus riff that pops up a couple times in the middle of the song, I thought was just killer. And I was hooked on this album since I heard that riff. This is supposedly agricultural death metal, focusing on animal death and decay and like toxic soil and shit like that. It's pretty interesting. I watched a couple interviews with these guys. But yeah, this is a stellar release and probably my favorite death metal so far this year. Next, I have Action Bronson with Planet Frog. I have never talked about Bronson on this channel. He's been one of my favorite rappers for a while. This is his 8th studio album. It came out on May 8th. And I thought it was very enjoyable. It's feel-good rap that's very easy to listen to and just chill to. It's not overly dense or serious. Typical like Bronson lyrics, a lot of sports references and talking about food and cooking and fucking lifting weights and shit. Still rapping very well. It's not anything insane, but Bronson is like always consistent. Rock Marciano with a great feature as expected. The track with Lil Yachty and Paul Wall was actually surprisingly good. Good variety of beats on here, some with like minimal drums, so the samples are very prominent, which I liked. And I gotta talk about the last song, Simone, or Simone, I'm guessing it's Simone. Easily my favorite, and probably one of my favorite Bronson tracks ever. Dreamy, peaceful instrumental with no drums. The first minute is this dude named Clovis Ochin. He's apparently a French winemaker and rapper, so I think he's rapping on his feature, but it's all in French, so I don't really know. No idea, but it sounds cool. And he's followed up by Bronson, who drops probably his most introspective and deep verse that I've ever heard him rap. It was great. Talking about his wife and like getting old, and I don't know. It was very, very good, and it caught me completely by surprise. It was very just introspective and different from the typical Bronson stuff, but I thought it was a great closer to a really solid album. So good stuff. Next, back to the metal, Lago with Vigil, released on May 8th, just like Bronson. This is their 3rd full-length. They're from Phoenix, released on Everlasting Spew, just like Photorum, who I talked about earlier and who we talked about in the other video, and a bunch of other bands on this label. This is frantic, chaotic death metal. It's dissonant, it's all over the place, it sounds insane, it has a crawling, swirling atmosphere. Morbid Angel vibes with some of the riffs, but some of the riffs that you can actually make out and understand. The rest of this is just an ugly mass of death metal that is pretty hard to keep up with sometimes. But for me, very enjoyable and very impressive. There is no let up in this entire album. There's no break in the violence, no calm. It's crawling riff after crawling riff, then some insane solo, then back to the riffs, relentless drums, deep cavernous vocals throughout the whole thing. It's killer. And again, I've never heard of these guys before, so definitely will be keeping an eye out for Lago. Next up, Eluvium Virga 3. This is what I'm playing in the background very faintly. Probably can't hear much of it, but this is the 3rd installment in this Virga series. I believe it's Virga, not Virga. for Mr. Matthew Robert Cooper, otherwise known as Eluvium. He now resides in Portland, Oregon. I don't know where he's from, but that's where he lives now. I wasn't familiar with the first two albums in this series, but I am a huge fan of a lot of this guy's earlier work. In like the early 2010s, I'd say, is when most of the stuff came out that I really like. Specifically, his debut album, Lambent Material, as well as Curious Things, is another really good one. Copia, and of course Talk Amongst the Trees, which I think is his most played album. It's more of the same here from Eluvium. Very calm, pretty soundscapes. Some of this is just drone ambient with not much variation. Other tracks are a little more harmonious and different sounding. As a collection, these tracks flow together very nicely and give off a warm, tranquil atmosphere, and I love it. Everything I hear from this guy is quality, and this is another fine piece of music from him. Next, continuing with the ambient theme, How to Disappear Completely, Dust, Lost Ghosts, and Echoes. They released this on May 21st. I've talked about this musical collective is what they call themselves. I talked about them last year, I believe. So this album was originally released in 2015. So it says this is labeled as an anniversary edition. I don't know why it would be released as an 11th year anniversary. I don't know. Who cares? It's really good. It's a collection of B-sides and alternate versions of songs, so kind of throwaways, I guess, but it sounds amazing. These guys are a Polish collective of ambient musicians that I have fallen in love with over the years. I first found their Seraphim series of albums, and then their series called Merderevs, which means Sea of Dreams, which fits the music perfectly. It's such gorgeous music. I believe it was like the whole point of this band, I guess I'll call them a band. The whole point of them is they want to help insomniacs with sleeping. I read that online, and I don't know if that's 100% true, but makes sense. I personally have fallen asleep many times listening to these guys. The lush, angelic soundscapes, it really sounds like the music of angels or something ethereal. But yeah, another great release adding to a stellar discography. Next, Diabolic Oath. Oh my god, this is fucking good shit. Unholy Barbaric Hymns. Another band that I just discovered, and thanks Satan that I just discovered these guys, because fuck me. This was released on June 5th. It was released on Sentient Ruin Laboratories. I'm not familiar with any other bands on this label. 2 previous full lengths for these guys and another EP, and then they released a split with Aberration, who I know. Portland, Oregon. More Oregon love. They formed in 2017. And oh my god, man, this is right up my alley. Equal parts like black metal and death metal. It's bestial, it's primal, it's got a more raw production sound, but it's not screechy or staticky like raw black metal. All 3 band members are anonymous, and they have some pretty interesting stage names. We have Ominous Void, The Temple, and Chthonian Incursor. It sounds like Portal or some shit, like the members of Portal. Like, their names are crazy. All 3 members also all contribute vocals, so there are cavernous low growls and these piercing high screams, like a lot of variety. It's so good. It's so dark and evil. Occult themes throughout it. The cover has like a big pentagram and some demonic goat on it, so you kind of know where this project is at thematically. I did listen to their previous album called Oracular Hexations, and that was pretty sick too. So Diabolic Oath. Man, they blew me away with this, and I am a new fan, or a new follower, or a disciple, or whatever. And last but not least, Dead Void with Cranial Devastation, released on June 5th. Again, just like Diabolic Oath, this is their second full-length, released on Mi Sako Un Oho Records, the same label as Danish bands Undergang, Hyperdontia, Frenolith, as well as Ossuary from Wisconsin. So I saw Ossuary and Dead Void and a couple other bands in May. Pretty good set from all four bands. Dead Void was third in the lineup. And this is pretty straightforward death doom from just two guys. The drummer is the former bassist of Grave Miasma, which is pretty dope. Heavy, slow grooves, of course, if it's death doom, mixed with some punishing, faster parts. Another band where each member does vocals, which is sick, and they both sound really good. Really dense, low gutturals. I also listened to their previous release called Volatile Forms, and I enjoyed that one as well. Follows the same formula, the really slow, heavy as fuck doom that builds up into the faster death metal. And yeah, really good stuff. And that concludes this video. Those were my 8 mid-year releases, even though one of them came out in February, and I don't know if April is considered mid-year, but whatever. So I've talked about 20 albums this year, 20 or 21, something like that. There's been a lot of good shit this year. And yeah, I'll probably release another video in a few months, maybe like September, talking about June, July, and August. Everything that I like that came out in those months. What else? I'm getting back to concerts next month, like late August. There's a concert that I want to go to, and then there's like 3 in September that I want to go to, I'm pretty sure. I didn't go to anything in June, and I'm not going to anything this month, I don't think so. Oh my god, it's a drought, but I'll get back to shows eventually, and yeah. But yeah, that's about it. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.